place well when he does. Like, he does, but he always gets knocked out in the early rounds.
Interesting. So we'll see whether or not he's going to be able to make a showing, because this is the first GCEU tournament he's been in, and other players are.
That's hilarious. He was in the last one and the one before that.
Wait, was
but
he
you
really?
just don't remember because he doesn't make it that far.
What happens to him?
I don't know. He's like really good, and I know he is, but he always underperforms in tournaments.
Well, so let's see whether or not Nimu's able to bring out something against Cal then with this Lord Vraxx, as he's opening up the guns. Cal tosses the hammer, so he gets hit by a downer, however, and he's struggling to find any kind of damage on Nimu here as he goes for the recovery. Sidelight connects, Lance in hand, and actually gets a downer, and now putting the damage on Nimu Lord Vraxx as he's going to try to continue it with his Lance play. Nimu returns with some Lance play of his own, and downers are being tossed out by both players.
But Cal's not even going for throw heavy stuff. He's actually just using the lance straight up. What a baller.
The side sig comes out to punish Nimu for that missed side sig, and with the hammer in hand, wouldn't be surprised to see him go for an end sig. Goes for a sider instead, misses, lets him back onto the stage, and Nimu's trying to get more damage on as the mine goes to the center stage. Nair, or end sig rather, comes out. Nimu putting on another side sig, and that's
nice.
That is risky.
The side air into the mine from Cal.
Oh gosh, nearly lands onto a downer, trying to knock Nimu into that mine as he tries to further his lead. He's not even in the red yet on his Scarlet. But yeah, I've noticed one thing from Nimu's Lord Vraxx so far is that he seems to be doing okay in the neutral, but the second he starts throwing out signatures, that is when he gets hard punishes on his character. Like, both side sigs almost basically resulted into his death on that first stock.
You sure you're doing okay in the neutral? He kind of got bodied for the past forever. Oh my
I was
goodness.
I was talking about the first stock, and that was, yeah, that was
Cal just demolished Nimu's second stock. That wasn't even close. Alright, this guy's been taking lessons from Lance, I think.
Yeah, Lance was saying, but then again, even
cow.
Lance in the chat was saying, like, why is he on Scarlet? Like he's a little unfamiliar with this pick as well. So Cal, showing why he likes to use this legend, is he puts in another side sig.
Secret Scarlet. We never knew.
Neutral light
This is
comes
why
out.
he's been bad in tournaments, dude. He hasn't been playing Scarlet. His true main.
That is very clear as he goes in for that D-light. Side lights or siders and downers are coming out. Neutral sig thrown out, just riding the lance back and forth. He was not really punishing for any of it. He's about to lose his next stock.
Yeah.
That's it.
Jeez,
three stock coming
stock.
in from Cal, and
Okay, so
That was extremely one-sided.
yeah, that was crazy.
What can you say about that besides Cal absolutely just destroyed Nimu?
Yeah, I don't even know what to say, dude. Like, Cal's not even on his main legend, and he just 3-stocked Nimu.
Maybe Nimu wasn't on his main legend. Maybe now Nai is coming out, and Cal's got something to worry about.
oh geez, 1 second.
False sense of security coming up from Nimu. As he pulls out his Queen Nai. The black skin Queen Nai. That's how you know it's his main.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
So in we go. Cal finding the first bit of damage into a bomb, into some Lancenaires. And Nemo finally gets a weapon and does damage. Revolutionary from Nemo. And he's actually getting quite a bit of damage in with these cars. Cal can't seem to find an answer, but double ground pound into a recovery. Not something you see typically. Catches Nemo off guard.
Nimu going in for
The
that side light, and side sig immediately thrown out by Callus into a weapon toss. That's probably the stock. You can't really... What? Oh, he interrupts that? What? Cal!
Yeah, he actually had that kill. If you
Why did
held
he
it.
stop ground pounding?
No, don't get off.
Oh, no. That was, like, reminiscent of every problem I've ever had with recovering. It's sort of like, when I touch the wall, I want to, like, get off the wall right away to avoid a ground pound, and that's exactly where they're putting their ground pound. That was unfortunate from Cal, because that was an easy stock that he just had that he messed up.
Ooh. Okay, Cal running into the moves of Nemu now. Nemu doesn't even have to aim, because Cal just runs into it. Cool.
Nemu tries to go for an end light, and actually a GC neutral stick stops him from falling into it, but Cal is actually taking a lot of damage from Nemu, who is going nice. He goes for a down stick to catch his landing. Nairs are being thrown out. End sig forces Cal high, goes for an unsafe ground pound once again, punished by a side light, and Nemu not being able to finish off the stock, but it's looking like he's going to take a 2-stock lead now on this legend switch.
Yeah. Cal also is just playing worse, for what it's worth. Nemu's playing better, Cal's playing worse. Cal does find a kill.
Doesn't miss that ground
maybe
pound,
he goes off on this stock or something.
I think it was a significant... I don't know if it tilted Cal as much as it tilted me, but when he gave up that first stock by canceling that ground pound, I think it kind of got to him. Is that down heavy connects from Nimu, catches the mine in the air, but mines are going everywhere. Wow, catches the mine again. Mine's being placed all over the place on Mammoth Fortress, and he picks up a hammer, tosses it to deactivate one of them, but Nimu, now having the weapon advantage, gets hit by an in-air. He's not having any trouble against Cal Scarlet right now.
Yeah, Cal's playing a lot of unarmed right now without weapons, which is weird. And he's getting punished because Katars are so good versus unarmed. But now that he has the lance, I think Cal can still win this if he just tryhards with the lance.
Ooh, dodges through the mine, or the bomb rather, gets an end light, but doesn't even follow from it. Nimu, looking on the sword, is trying to get a D-light combo. Weapon toss, doesn't get the nair follow-up, puts Cal into the deep yellow, but Nimu on his second stock still as he gets in there. Tries to go for recovery, punished by a down air. Cal trying to end the stock, throws out an end sig, but Nemo's not really running into the signatures before. We saw Cal land like 2 or 3 side sigs on the lance last game, and I haven't seen any of those connect as he hits with the side air. And an end sig will kill him off the top.
He did hit one of the side sigs this game on lance to finish the first stock off. The ground pound sends him into the mine. The thumbs up to let him know that he meant to do that. And yeah, Cal played worse. I think he's going to do the legend switch now, right? He's going to switch to Bodvar. That's his, yeah, that's the other one he plays a lot. He's
besides a Suri?
by far. Yeah, I have sparred him, or I used to spar him quite a bit. I think he was starting to prefer Bodvar when I last saw him. I don't know if does he still play a Suri? It would make me really sad if he completely switched out of it.
I mean, players who recognize him in the Twitch chat are already saying, Cal, you gotta go back to the Suri, things like that. So they recognize him as being a Suri player still, but he's deciding to go as Bodvar here. As Nimu, holding on to Queen Knight, which definitely seems to be the legend he's most comfortable with, takes the spear up, dodges through the spike ball and the mine, and Cal tries to get some unarmed damage onto Nimu as he misses his attacks. Ooh, picks up the sword last second. And Nimu's being denied weapons as only spike balls are spawning.
Yep. So the gravy cancel neutral sig from Nimu, racking up that damage. So far it's a pretty even game. Neither player are really finding openings on each other.
Sidelight comes in from Cal as he's covering the ground, not really playing fair game, and Nimu tosses that guitar aside, gets the spear, end light's thrown out, and a D-light sider puts Cal into the red. As Nimu goes for recovery and nearly kills him off the top. Ground pound to be put a little bit closer to the stage, and Nimu's just covering everything that Cal can do. Ground pound might end it. He's got a dodge to be able to get back on the stage, and Nimu's got the guitars in hand. Side sig doesn't actually land, though, however, and Nimu, missing out on opportunities to end the stock, actually end sigs into the Valkyrie, and a neutral light side sig comes out as Cal manages to hold on to his first stock.
Yeah, Cal is not finding any damage on Nimu right now. He's been on a bit of a dry spell for the past minute. Meanwhile, Nimu's slowly getting a hit here and there, and putting Cal into kill percent.
Nimu dodges through the mine, gets the recovery right afterwards, not landing on the ground, and that will kill him. Nimu put into the orange for not being able to end that stock really early, but Cal was struggling to get anything out of Nimu as he was kind of just getting hits here and there without trying to die as the neutral light lands on that hammer. Side air put out, but Nimu's ready to start a guitar string as he gets that D-light nair.
Cal finds a side air, but does he get a follow-up? He gets a weapon throw, but just barely misses the ground pound on the Nimu. The recovery of the guitar is just nicking him. Cal is not finding any kill moves, though. Slowly losing more and more damage. Oh my god, the gravy cancel pivot neutral sig from Nimu. Who does that? What a crazy option, and it works out. Cal's in deep red now. Nimu with a full stock lead.
Whoa! Nearly inched into that haymaker as Cal perfectly spaces that around to be able to get that D-light sider into a ground pound. He ends the stock, gives off the salute, but Cal is almost behind a full stock here, and he was able to find a D-light sider of his own. Yeah.
So, Cal is struggling to get to win under his belt. This shouldn't be too difficult of a game for him, but he's getting his butt kicked, really.
Uses that dive kick to get back to stage as Nimu doesn't decide to punish off stage and gives a salute after he kills him with that unarmed side air. 2-1 in the orange once again, similar lead, and Cal bounces the ball off the ground.
Okay. Cal's going for like a ton of side lights on sword. It's weird to watch.
And he actually, those are the moves that he's landing the most. Not really getting much follow-up, but I agree. I've seen like double sidelights coming out as he's just trying to cover Nimu while he's underneath him. And A few of them will land, but they're not really getting any mileage as the D-Light Sarah comes out, interrupts that end sig as Nimu's trying to end Cal's stock as soon as possible, lands on the Nair, trying to put him closer and closer to the red. But that side sig comes out from Cal. Actually sends Nimu flying. He's got to use his dodge to get back on stage, and Cal doesn't punish. Gets hit by a weapon.
Yeah, Cal can't seem to find the kill move on Nimu that he desperately needs, because Cal's very close to kill percent himself. He does find the side sig, but it's still Queen 9 in your center stage. It's not going to kill yet. Another one definitely will, but hitting 3 side sigs in one stock is so hard. Alright. It's a neutral light. Finally finds a kill, maybe?
Yes, he definitely does.
Yeah.
He gets that cider while he's in the middle of the jump. Nimu definitely isn't going to make it back, but Cal is going to need essentially a 0 to death string here. 2 sidelights open up once again, do a little bit of damage to
They do
Nimu.
no damage. No, like, if you hit with the top of sidelight, they literally do like 2 damage.
Yeah, I noticed that, but I mean, at least it feels good when they connect. The ground pound comes out, just keeps Cal away from his weapon,
Yeah,
and he doesn't have
have
a chance.
enough to get back.